Believe it or not, the 2016-17 year is winding down, but the Army-Navy Star Series presented by USAA still has to be decided. Navy leads by 1 star right now, but 2 are on the line this weekend, and it's in men's and women's outdoor track. Now the Black Knights come in a unique position. Usually Navy's the team that wins the stars in track and field, but this time Army has both the men's and the women's indoor star from February, and they're looking to add 2 more against Navy this weekend and go for a clean sweep in both indoor and outdoor track.
So I would say that both of our meets, the men's meet and the women's meet, they should be very close. And the best way to look at it is where are we gonna be strong and where do we have holes? And I think both of our teams are strong in certain areas and we have holes in other areas, and our opponent has the same situation. So it'll really come down to, do we take care of business in our strong areas, and do we outperform expectations in our areas where we're not strong, where we have holes? And I'm hopeful that, like we did indoors, that's what happens. And I think that's possible, but it's also possible that it could go the other way. So at least at this point, for both our men's meet and our women's meet, we're at a situation where we feel like it could go either way. We could win both, we could lose both. At least we're in the discussion. In the other 2 years that I've been here, we would go into the meet feeling like it wasn't going to be that close, and we were just hopeful. But now we're trending upward and we're more competitive, and it's largely because we have a lot of good freshmen on both of our teams, and I think that'll make a big difference. So as we get ready for this meet, we are ready to perform physically, mentally, and I think anything can happen. So I look forward to seeing if our people rise to the occasion like they did indoors, and if they compete well in what will be a hostile environment. And I think they're ready to do that, and I think they're motivated, and we're in a good place. We're headed in the right direction. We just need to keep pushing them in that direction and keep nudging them forward. Both meets will be pretty exciting, I think.
Track and field's not the only team playing Navy this weekend. The women's lacrosse team travels down to Annapolis, Maryland. They'll take on the midshipmen as well. Now this game's still not for a star until next year, with Army only being in their 2nd year. But the Black Knights are looking for their first Patriot League win of the season, and even though they're taking on a very good Navy team, head coach Kristen Skyra knows anything can happen in a rivalry game.
Well, the good news is that Navy has the same exact amount of turnaround. As a matter of fact, they have a 7 p.m. game tonight, so we've got a few hour head start on the preparation, but it's definitely something as coaches we've been preparing for all season. We feel like we know their team pretty well at this point, so it's just preparing our players, getting them into the right mindset heading into the game. That, the greatest thing about these rivalry matchups is that absolutely anything can happen. It's an unbelievable opportunity and honor to play in that game, and so we look forward to representing the Academy really well.
After a 3-0 start in the Patriot League, the Army softball team plays back home this weekend as they take on Holy Cross for 3 straight games. Now, Michelle DePolo's team knows that they're chasing a ring this year. Last year, they were 1 game away, losing to BU in that championship game. And they're going to look for 3 more wins against Holy Cross, because these games at the beginning of the season can go a long way at the end of the year in terms of hosting the Patriot League tournament.
Starting off 3-0 and on your home field, and you can't ask for more than a great start. So it's certainly a great momentum builder, confidence builder, but we just gotta keep it rolling. That's important. I know the history that we've had against Holy Cross. They have a new coach though, so some of their philosophies could be a little bit different. I would expect them to be a little bit different. They've got some younger kids working into their lineup a little differently. I also think with our team we need to just maintain who we are and what we do. Defense wins championships for our team. We are minded in that way. However, offensively, just keep doing your job and striking the ball hard, and good things will happen.
And another team off to a great start in the Patriot League season, it's the men's tennis team after starting 4-0 last weekend with 2 matches on Friday and then 2 on Sunday. They're playing this weekend against Binghamton and Quinnipiac. Even though they're not conference opponents, head coach Jim Poling still wants to keep the momentum rolling against these 2 teams with Patriot League play starting to pick up.
We played well. The guys fought hard. There's some good teams there. The coaches are great on those 4 teams. Had some competitive matches, so we were happy about the results. Then this weekend we play Quinnipiac and Binghamton, and they're both very good teams on Sunday. So if you love tennis, come on out. It's going to be some great competition. It looks like we're going to have to play indoors. We're trying to get outdoors, but weather doesn't cooperate so much, so we'll be inside again. And we play Binghamton first at 10. They're a highly ranked team, and then at 4 o'clock we play Quinnipiac, and they're also a good team. So in the middle of those two, Quinnipiac plays Binghamton. So it's going to be a good day of men's tennis. So come on out and support the Black Knights.
A lot of teams in action on the road for the Black Knights, including the women's tennis team. Also, the women's rugby team gets their season started for sevens as they go to AIC to take part in a tournament. Golf travels down to Georgia to take part in the Augusta Invitational. Baseball team gets their Patriot League season started at Lafayette, 2 games on Saturday, then 2 on Sunday. And the Army West Point men's lacrosse team is going to look to continue their perfect start in the Patriot League as they take on the Bison of Bucknell. That's going to do it for your weekend preview. For Night Vision, I'm Zach Daly.